Sunday. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. My goodness. John Nolan, how you feel? Ladies and gentlemen, John Nolan on the guitar.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I feel great. You know, things couldn't be better, man. This is great.
They really couldn't. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. You know, I think I know the reason for the great divide in the middle here, but I would like to think it's because you guys can't get along with you guys, so they had to separate you.
Yeah. Too much fighting.
Or maybe there was someone upstairs that had a great idea to build a great divide even though you didn't want it. How about that? Oh! We didn't come here for that. Let's not talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are taking back Sunday. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for coming to the Rock and Roll Show this week. How many people were here last night? All right. Just pretend like you haven't already heard me say all of the shit I'm about to say. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to you tonight in the spirit of celebration, you understand? Celebration. Yeah, that's right. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, ain't every show a celebration? Now, I'm like, yes, it is. But this one's different. But how is it different? There's all these questions that are arising, you understand? And here's how, you hear them, they're like, tell them, preach! I grew up in a different part of the country. This is just how we talk, man. So anyways, but here's the reason why. It's because 2019 marks 20 years since we have been a band, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. It's hard to believe, isn't it, John Nolan?
It is hard to believe.
You guys remember John Nolan on the guitar, right, from earlier? Okay.
It's as hard to believe as the age that you say we are when we started this band.
Yeah, because we were 5 and 6 years old. That was it. That's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe.
We're on our first tour. We're 5 and 6 years old. We were terrified. We had a little white soccer mom van, you know, like a Ford Windstar, a little, looked like a dustbuster. You looked at it, right? That's how young we were. Most of you probably don't even know what a dustbuster is. Those were Toyota vans, though. That was the 80s. I wasn't alive for that, but I watched VH1, so I know all about it. So anyways, like I said, it's hard to believe that at 5 and 6 years old we started this band, and here we are today, ladies and gentlemen, and here you are today also. So we figured, all right, let's take a break. We'll take a break from the hustle and the bustle. We'll take a break from both of them, mainly the hustle. Because we heard this Jay-Z song this one time. But he didn't talk much about the bustle. He talked a lot about the hustle. You can't knock that, right, John?
You can't. You literally cannot knock
You cannot. You hear John Nolan, your pal?
It's impossible.
Yeah, you can't knock it. So anyways, we figured let's take a break from all that write, record, and we're going to take a whole year. And what we're going to do is we're going to go on the road and we're going to go to the very people that made this wild, crazy ride we've been on possible, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where you come in, you understand? That's where you come in. Also, all of you in the balcony, that's where you come in as well. Did you see that cool move? I saw that on the TV one time. This guy was like, and then they did the thing, you know. It's not that cool.
Is that like a wrestling thing? Yeah, that's a whole
Hulk Hogan move. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're gonna do. We want to celebrate with you, so we're gonna start with our first record, front to back, and that's what we're gonna do. Tell our friends front to back. And I'll tell you all about the rest later, but just so you know what's happening for now, so you don't get uncomfortable. You gotta understand, it's 2019, you need to be comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, your pal John Nolan from Work on the guitar.